a girl a-running in a group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look at Buddy, hot rod at large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod. She's my hot rod.
The UAW delegates are electing new leaders amid this widening federal probe into missing training funds. New president candidate Jerry Jones was just barely. He was a former regional director. He wasn't like a vice president or a treasurer. He wasn't none of that in the bigwigs. He was a regional director. So they're bringing in a new blood, bringing in somebody from out of town, bringing in the boys from out of town to straighten out this UAW problem. And, of course, some of the guys from FCA Chrysler have gone to jail already. The UAW people have gone to jail already. Stay tuned. I'm telling you, that's not the usual pecking order for the UAW to pick or pick and choose their new president. They don't go that deep into the organization. This guy is probably a diehard UAW man and a good one and an honest one. This is the guy they want. So I think it's going to be a good deal. I tell you what, stay tuned because back to credibility is right around the corner. It is. Speaking of the UAW, I got a couple more, bro. The delegates approved a 31% raise for union leaders. They haven't had a raise in ages. And they announced an all-new, flexible new dues structure. Things that are really happening in our car world, no? I mean, this variable dues is going to be because this is why they have new members. I talked to Nick up at HFB this morning on his show. Yesterday it was Rick at IMS on his show. And I told him, United Auto Workers has gone over 400,000 members for the first time since 2009. We are popping. The United Auto Workers and the car business in general is just popping. It's all over the place. So they can lower dues now. I mean, just several years ago, they were at 250,000. That was like a shadow of their former self. So, hey, by the way, Volkswagen, who has already paid €1 billion in fines. What's €1 billion look like? I've never even seen a euro. Anybody got a euro? T-Rex, get me a euro. I want to see what it looks like. But they also could face major additional fines in Stuttgart and Munich. Those cities are suing them too for their role in subsequent cover-up in Stinkygate. So in Germany, Volkswagen is dead meat. Let me just tell you, they're not doing well. I feel bad for them because, man, it's costing them euros up the yin-yang, man. Just euros up the yin-yang. Man, that's a lot of euros. The NHTSA has issued a cease and desist order to a Valencia, California company that was making what they call the Autopilot Buddy. Oh, yeah, Autopilot Buddy. Autopilot is that thing on Tesla that everybody was saying has caused all these wrecks and everything. Well, it seems that you can buy this device on the aftermarket. Tesla's not wild about it. The NHTSA is really not wild about it. But when it's added to your device, it disables the part of the autopilot that keeps track of your hands on the wheel. If you don't have your hands on the wheel, there's a warning comes on, and the dashboard flashes, and they tell you, hey, meathead, put your hands on the wheel. Tesla has said its drivers should always have their hands on the wheel, on the steering wheel, in case of a problem. So this thing here is for the guys that want to be dangerous. They don't want to drive. They don't want that warning popping on and off, because I'm sure that the Tesla people can keep track of that. They know if you're cheating. Big Brother knows exactly when you buy one of these new cars. Big Brother and Tesla and Elon and everybody else, including maybe your car guy. I don't know. Maybe I'll get involved. They know exactly where you are and what you're doing 24/7 in your car anyway. So, but this little thing it disables the system that's supposed to kill you to keep your hands on the wheel. Tesla's not happy about it. Boy, the NHTSA has just said, that's it. You ain't building this no more. Stop it. On Tuesday last week, Toyota issued $1 billion, invested $1 billion in the Singapore rideshare company called Grab. That's making Toyota the number one car maker in the ride-sharing business and ride-sharing area. Grab is the company that bought out Uber in Southeast Asia last year. Grab, big company. And Toyota just invested $1 billion in them, and guess what? They're going to town. Jeez. The future license plates in California, where else, will have the same technology as Amazon's Kindle without the touchscreen. Oh, of course. Drivers will be able to change the background colors as well as the font. And when parked, they can display a message or even an advertisement on your license plate. Is that cool, huh? Yeah, you think that's cool? And oh yeah, did I mention it only costs $700 for this license plate? And plus there's a subscription for $7 a month. That's how it starts. That's just the beginning, okay? That's just the beginning. $700 license plate. I don't think so. So I can change the font or the color or put an ad on there for pick your nose or something. I don't know. That's just nuts. McLean Fogg, a suburban Chicago supplier of fasteners of all kinds. And they're busy. They do nuts, bolts, clips, you name it. They're busy spending huge dollars with a development grant to develop a new and better lug nut. Okay. I know there's going to be a lot of jokes about this. Now, come on. Be nice. Won't be long, guys, and the smart lug will be upon us. What do you suppose that crap's going to cost? A smart lug? How can a lug nut be any smart? Okay, well, it could be smarter than probably some of the drivers I know. Oh, my God. 928 Car Guys, if you got a comment on that, I would say don't call because 928 Car Guys, give us a call. The newest, smartest lug nut. I had a kid that I worked with back in the old days at Oldsmobile. I used to call him Lug Nut. That's what he was, too. He was a lug nut. Anyway, big movers in the car world. Well, big, it's coming around. Everything is cooking. Porsche, if you're not the old guy kind of guy, Porsche has purchased 10% of Rimac Automobili, okay, a startup company in Croatia that specializes in super-fast electric cars. Are you ready for this? The Rimac vehicle, called Concept 2, produces around 2,000 horsepower and tops out about 256 miles per hour. Where are you going to drive this? All right. There's only one Autobahn. Rimac Automobili is still looking for investors. Now, if you hurry, you can get in on the ground floor of a 2,000 horsepower electric car that goes 256 miles per hour. Of course, you can't drive it anywhere. Not that I know of, anyway. You certainly can't drive it in this area. The Midwest? Oh, God, traffic is just horrible in the Midwest. This Wednesday, Volvo will officially open its Charleston, South Carolina plant for manufacturing the S60 model. You're going to employ 1,500 new American workers. Why are they building it here? They can't afford to ship it here anymore. They can't afford to make it cheap over there and then ship it here because we're not putting up with it. America's not putting up with it. And we are getting all our jobs back and more. I told you. Won't be long, and the UAW will have even those southern plants organized and maybe some of the foreign plants. That'll be great. I'm on their side. They can go do it. We need the training. That's the whole thing that bothered me about this big scandal. The training that comes from being with the union. Those guys are highly trained. They know there's less workman's comp claims. There's less injuries on the job. There's better cars built. I mean, it's a win-win for everybody all the way around. Come on, let's face it. All right? So that's what it's got to happen. All right? If you don't think these foreign car people are kind of getting scared and they're moving here to do their thing, McLaren Automotive is opening a brand new dealership in Troy, Michigan, near Detroit. That's like 40 miles north or something. joining one of the largest dealer groups in America called the Suburban Collection. McLaren. I think it costs you $1,000 to walk in the showroom of a McLaren dealer. Okay. They're anywhere from, I'd say, $175,000 to $450,000 cars. And they're who's going to buy them? I'm sure there's people going to buy them now. Hell, everybody's got money. Everybody's working. I think you know what, T-Rex, let you and I go up there and go on a road test. Road test that McLaren. I probably won't be able to get in it. But I'm sure they make a convertible. And if they make a convertible, T-Rex wants to go because dinosaurs love convertibles. I got to tell you, some of it really shocks me. Volkswagen, and Ford are exploring an alliance to develop and produce commercial vehicles, including vans and other projects that would strengthen each company's competitiveness and ability to sell. Henry, roll over, Henry. I know he's rolling over in his grave. Volkswagen and Ford. I don't think so. Does that mean all the Ford diesels are going to stink? Because Volkswagen's got a lot of sneaky stuff they can put in your computer for you, Ford. Honda and General Motors, have partnered up not once, but twice. First, they are working together on advanced batteries for now and future electric vehicles, citing lower production costs and better battery performance if they work together. Second, GM and Honda have endorsed principles to guide local, state, and federal officials and the policymakers on how to efficiently develop an energy infrastructure for recharging electric vehicles. So there you have it, Volkswagen and Ford, Honda and General Motors. If you throw in Toyota and that Croatian company, we've got a regular automobile orgy going on, ain't we? My God, guys. What in world happened there? Well, it is what it is. I can't change it. You can't change it. I'm not buying a Croatian Toyota, I'll tell you right now. And I don't really want anything that goes real fast, a Porsche electric car. I don't think so. The state of Texas is bringing back the tax incentives of up to $5,000 for buying an electric vehicle in the state of Texas. These rebates are actually paid at the selling dealer. Pretty good deal. The electric world is upon us, and they're going to do, this is just the start. We're just cooking. We're just starting to simmer. We haven't even got to a boil yet, let alone a raucous boil. Daimler is adding 2 new electric semis to get back in the race with Tesla and VW. The new models will have a 250-mile range. Pretty good. Not bad. Fiat Chrysler. This is kind of spooky. Fiat Chrysler will not lay out their full plan for the future for Fiat, Chrysler, Dodge, and Lancia. Those brands they have no plans for on paper yet. They are concentrating on Jeep, Ram trucks, Maserati, and Alfa Romeo. Making the future of all the other ones in limbo for us automotive world observers. I mean, can you imagine? No more Dodges, no more Chryslers. I'd care less about a Lancia. And Fiat, those cars, I don't like them anyway, so I can live without that. Well, Xiaoping Motors, guess where they're from, right? With Alibaba as one of their big sponsors and investors, the new Chinese startup plans to raise billions of dollars this year and jump headfirst into the world's biggest market for electric vehicles. That's China. The roads are small. It's a congested country. There's millions of people. Guess what? This is perfect for China to have them little electric cars running around, and all them little Chinamen fit. I can't fit in those cars, but they fit pretty good, those guys. So God bless them. Let them have a ball. I mean, what are you going to do?